Hello everyone, and welcome back to some more Goobies. I've been grinding this game just a little bit, so we have some fun permanent upgrades we will be playing with this time around. If anybody's wondering, no, I have still yet to beat this game. The farthest I have gotten was stage 4, and it was terrifying. As for permanent upgrades, we have 1 point into increased XP value, so it's now at 5%. We have a little bit of extra attack range. We have a little bit of extra AoE radius. We have a higher crit chance, and then we have higher odds of getting a rare item or increase your chance of getting more rare items. We also have a small spirit that regenerates a little bit of HP for us. And we also shoot an extra projectile. I've noticed that they've changed a few things. We're not going to play with any of those. They've changed a few things. Actually, I've really only noticed they changed one thing, and that is the strange fruit. It used to just increase radius? Pickup radius? I don't know. It used to just be like 100, 200, 300, 400, like that. And now it is that. It's like pickup range, radius, attack radius, pickup range, something like that. But the more important thing is that it also does luck. It says you're feeling lucky. And so they seem to have added the ability for luck to play a role in the game upgrade wise. Yes, you're welcome. Best words you've ever heard. I'm going to just take the movement speed for now because you definitely need some movement speed in this game. I'm going to wait to see if this is an AoE type of situation or a projectile situation. Perfect, as if right on cue, but unfortunately behind my head, the strange fruit here. It says increase your attack at pickup range by 100. You feel lucky. So before was just, I believe it was just your attack range. Now it's attack, pickup range, and a little bit of luck. But we will be taking the Splinter projectile. Attacks have a 20% chance to splinter 3 times upon impact, dealing 2.2 damage each. If you can get this like leveled, it does some pretty good like crowd control. Like you can clear out some of these hordes pretty nicely. So it's definitely an investment sort of angle. All right, we're back with another upgrade. I really like the Ghost Blob's AoE. I've been using the Fire AoE and it's not too bad. I like the Explosive one as well. So I'm kind of hoping that I do an explosive situation here. It looks like it, I mean, I know we have 1 projectile and 1 AoE, but it might be an AoE run. It's definitely, though, you gotta have a mix or you gotta hope to get the good AoEs that can clear out large groups, which I know is weird because like it's an AoE. It should be able to clear out large groups, but sometimes some of these AoEs just are not cutting it and you're out here wondering why it's stage 2 and you're struggling so hard. We will definitely pick up the chain projectile. Your initial attack has a 25% chance to chain up to one enemy, dealing 6 damage. That is a good one. Chain and chain lightning are probably some of my favorite projectiles just because you can really push through a crowd with those. We're going to pick up some more Splinters just because that's one I really want to get rolling so that it can start being like super beneficial sooner rather than later. Because right now they're not really posing that much of a threat. I don't really mind. Having this little dude heal me every once in a while really makes me not care so much about not taking damage. It makes me a little bit lazy, but it's the beginning stages. This part isn't too hard. I have a little bit of damage boost. I'm hitting 7 damage per projectile, and I have 2 projectiles, so that's nice. Nothing here is really going to murder me just yet. We got the explosive blobs that I was talking about. Enemies have a 10% chance to explode on death, dealing 6.6 AoE damage. This is looking like it's going to be a potentially successful run. We've already got chain, we've got the explosive AoE, we've got the Splinters. It's looking pretty good. We got a decent variety of things that do fairly good damage, especially if you can get their upgraded versions. Because sometimes as I was playing this game, there would be times where like the game will only give you base levels, like you don't get to upgrade anything. I will take the Blobberang here just because I want another something happening on my screen. Attacks have a 10% chance to throw an arching boomerang, dealing 3.3 damage to all enemies hit. I'm not a fan of Tree Hugger. Every time that I've played with Tree Hugger, it has let me down. So, sorry Tree Hugger, it's not for me. And this is where the splinters start getting good. So attacks have a 30% chance to splinter 7 times upon impact, dealing 3.3 damage and piercing once. From this point onwards, your splinters are going to be doing work. Sometimes I'm just like zoning out as I'm killing large mobs and I just see my splinters going everywhere. And it's really nice because they can like get inside of a big crowd and it just, you can see it's already doing such great damage. In combination, it becomes like an AoE almost in and of itself. We're going to get more explosive blobs. 15% chance to explode, dealing 9.9 AoE damage. Yeah, the splinters to an extent, even though they're projectile, they almost become an AoE just because like look at that. That green, that's my splinters. They're really doing the work. I'm a big fan of them. Okay, we are back. I'm actually going to pick up this increase the AoE radius, or the radius of all AoEs, just so that there's just a little bit extra something going on. All right, I really do want to get that fire AoE, but they just gave me very sharp splinters, so obviously I'm going to take that. Attacks have a 35% chance to splinter 9 times upon impact, dealing 3.3 damage each and piercing twice. I really do kind of want that fire AoE. I would also a sleeper upgrade, I guess, that I did not think was going to be super great. I was playing with it and it was the Drizzy balls or whatever they're called. If you get those guys going, they actually do some insane like damage because they shoot so fast. So if we can get some of those going. And the fire AoE, because I do believe the fire AoE has like lava on the ground. Oh look, I get to get it. Fire AoE. Enemies have a 15% chance to ignite an AoE fire upon death, dealing 0.55 damage for every 0.55 damage every half a second for 1 second. Oh my gosh. I do believe if you like continue to upgrade that one, it ends up leaving like large swatches of like fire on the ground, which is really nice. All right, our first boss has appeared. I haven't seen a mini boss spawn in yet, but our first boss has appeared. And it is the cutest one of them all, Mom. He is melting. He is gone. I'm sorry we had to murder you, but he was kind enough to give us the chance to conjure meteorites, dealing 11 damage. And now see what he actually gets us. 3 crushed rubies. All damage dealt has an additional 25% chance to critical strike for 225 damage. That's not bad. I don't really know what our critical strike chance is besides that 10% boost I gave it, so maybe I don't know what it is. We could check. Thought we could check? We can check. It's the other button. We have a 40% critical strike chance. Exceeding 100% can result in a mega crit. Ooh, I didn't know that. That's cool. That is very cool. Anyways, we're just going to pick up a few stragglers before we get sucked into the void. And we're on to stage 2. And we need to take 3 or 4 seconds to just enjoy the peacefulness before everything comes to murder us. And there we go. The bombs are always my favorite, just because if you can get them in a good position, you can just, get rid of all your problems. Oh, look, a mini boss. Ooh, goo. Goo's a good one. Attacks have a 15% chance to conjure one homing goo, which seeks out an enemy in range and then exploding in a small radius for 3.3 damage. That's a nice one, especially if you get the, I like to call it regurgitating goo, but I'm pretty sure it's regenerating goo. But it's like the goo where like you goo something and there's a chance to re-goo the next thing. Yeah, that one's pretty nice because then all of a sudden your screen is just full of goo. Aggressively powerful goo. My favorite kind of goo. Wait, hold on a second. Is this dude healing himself? I can't tell if he is because I keep hitting him, but I mean, there's a bunch of heal marks around him. So either he's healing himself or he like heals his buddies around him. Either way, he sucks. I wish for him to hurry up and die. The fast guys are showing up. Please die. Please die. You've left me in a terrible spot. Thank you, sir. Oh, I'd have to pick up his item. Let's see. We got 2 strange fruits. So now we have increased attack range and we're feeling pretty freaking lucky. Oh, goodness. My favorite. Soul of a Mom. Is he useful? I have no idea, but is he freaking adorable? Absolutely. He gives you a 3% chance to conjure the soul of a mom. Every time the soul pierces an enemy, an explosion will occur after its Exodius, dealing up to 11 damage based on the number of enemies pierced. Sometimes he goes in the wrong direction, sometimes he goes in the right direction, but he's so cute that I don't even care. Okay. Looks like we had either a bomb thing go off or one of our explosive blobs went off and it was able to clear out some space for us. So if we can just scooch on forward, I'm actually going to take the hailstorm. Attacks have a 10% chance to conjure a hailstorm of 5 each, dealing 6.6 damage. I kind of wanted the hardened tip, but I think I'm going to take the hailstorm just for more stuff going out there. Because you definitely want stuff going out. It's very easy. This game kind of quickly, this is a terrible spot to be. But I cleared them out anyways. Excellent. But this game can quickly go from you like crushing it to you being crushed. So I would love to get the Splinter Shower, but we have the Chain Lightning available to us and we don't have that yet. So we're going to pick that one up. Attacks have a 25% chance to spawn a chain of 2 lightnings upon impact, dealing 5.5 damage. At this point, the Splinters are doing mad work that I don't mind not picking up their upgrade upon availability so that I can get Chain Lightning, because Chain Lightning's pretty nice as well. I think I'm gonna get the Exploding Fire Pool. Oh, is this the one that leaves fire on the ground? Never mind. I guess I'm wrong. Enemies have a 15% chance to explode on death, dealing 9.9 AoE damage and leaving a pool of fire, dealing 1.1 damage every second. Could also get the presumably much better upgrade, which is Icy Dead Blobs. Enemies have a 4% chance to conjure Ghost upon death for 10 seconds, dealing high damage to all nearby enemies. We should take the shiny, I don't know, legendary upgrade over the blue one, but the blue one would be nice. Hopefully it comes back. Because I do like the pools of fire on the ground. I thought it was the fire one that did that. I didn't realize the exploding one did it. But I don't read too well. I'm sure you guys have figured that out by now. Here we go. We can get some more chain going for us. So we have a 50% chance to chain up to 2 enemies, dealing 6 damage. Kind of want to go around and obviously clear out some of these mobs, but also pick up some of this experience that I've just kind of left on the ground. It'd be pretty nice to have some experience. Maybe we can get a magnet drop. This is seriously such a fun, cute game. It's adorable. And my computer doesn't freak out as I play it because it's like going crazy. I think I'm just going to dissolve this and hope that the next upgrade I get, level up I get, is better, therefore worth the dissolving. I would say it is, because now our attacks have a 10% chance to conjure meteorite, dealing 22 damage to all enemies hit upon impact. So that was a well worth dissolve. Good job, me. You're doing great things. Keep up the good work. All right. Oh, because we got that that one crushed ruby upgrade from the whatever we killed, we have a level 3 crushed ruby. Let's see what it says. All damage dealt has an additional 25% chance to critical strike for 250% damage, and adding a stack of bleed, causing 20% damage for 3 seconds. Well, nothing else here is particularly great, and so I guess I'll take that. I'll take a little bit of bleed. That's interesting. Literally, like, if I get any of those, like, little basic upgrades, like, I guess they're all just, like, gemstones or stone upgrades, whatever they're called. I usually don't upgrade them far enough to see them evolve into anything. Unless that's a new thing that they evolve into stuff. I was just sure they didn't actually evolve in anything, you know, useful. Not entirely sure if that is useful, but it is interesting. We're going to just increase our hailstorm and have a 15% chance to conjure a hailstorm of 6 each, dealing 11 damage. Again, just a lot of mess going out there to make all these other blobs regret blobbing with me. I'm the only blob in town. I always like obliteration because it's called obliteration, but I'm not sure if it's any good, so we're going to dissolve and hope that our next thing is worth something. I'm not gonna do the crushed ruby anymore. I guess I'll get the fire AoE because I did want it. And again, it's just more stuff going out there. And the more stuff we have going out, the better, because the game only gets harder. This is probably my least favorite boss because he chases me down. Like, sir, could you not? Could you not chase me? I don't want this. Speaking of the dude, I guess we'll take more hailstorm. Attacks have a 20% chance to conjure 12 each, dealing 13 and 3/4, which is 75. Yes, words. Yeah, this guy sucks, but I just try to go like in circles around him and then he's dead. Assuming I have high enough damage anyways. This time around, it appears that I do. Now we have a 30% AoE radius boost, so that is nice. We're gonna see how much of this delicious free XP we can get before we get sucked into the portal. It's looking pretty good. All right, let's I guess let's hang out over here and let our little dude heal us up a bit. Might as well. I think he heals for like 0.03 a second. So he'll get there. All right, that's pretty good. And in we go on to stage 3. Doop, doop, doop. Got a couple of these guys. Looks like we're still doing pretty good damage. Definitely our AoEs, not so much our projectiles. So hopefully we can get a chance to get some upgrades for said projectile so that they're doing good damage just like our AoE is. All right, yeah, we quickly got to a point that I can definitely tell that our projectiles aren't really doing the damage I want them to do. But we now have access to Endless Hailstorm, which says that attacks have a 20% chance to conjure 15 each, dealing the same amount of damage as before, which is 13 and 75. But each storm has a 25% chance to release one huge hail, which releases its own hailstorm when enemies approach it. So it's like a mousetrap kind of situation. It's the best thing I could think of. Anyway, so hopefully that can help us clear out some of our unsuspecting enemies who think I'm just an adorable pink blob out for a walk. I have no idea what's waiting for them. Doop, 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 doop. Kill these guys. Kill them, kill them, kill them, kill them. Yeah, I would definitely like to get some more upgrades on our chain lightning and regular chain. Ask and you shall receive. We now can get our second upgrade on our chain, which is your initial attack has a 75% chance to chain up to 3 enemies, dealing 6 damage. That's not a lot, but it is something, and it can help us really try to get through some of these mobs, which is always appreciated. See if we can get rid of these armored dudes before anything else shows up that kind of ruins my day. There we go. Got a couple of big dudes, but I'm not terribly concerned with them. They're slow. They have a lot of HP. I'd rather go around killing something else that can die a lot easier than these big guys. I'm touching a lot of stuff. I'm not trying to touch as many things as I'm touching, but it appears I just can't help myself. Okay, now we got a wall of these big dudes. See if we can kind of sort of maybe make a few of them disappear. Or armored helmety dudes. This is great. This is great. This is why at this point stage 4 just like terrifies me. Unless it's just a fluke of a stage 4 and it's not actually that terrifying, I was pretty terrified. Some of our projectiles, I'm assuming, appear to be getting into the belly of the crowd and exploding some things in there. Don't really know what did that, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Okay, it appears that at some point a mini boss spawned. I just had no idea. Also, something's happening underneath us. I'm not complaining. This mini boss has a lot of HP. And now a boss has appeared. Kind of hoping some of our meteorites will land on top of the mini boss's head, but it is what it is. There we go. It's a couple on his head. Got him about halfway, or give or take a few whatevers. Unfortunately, we are getting kind of surrounded by big guys and armored guys. And we also have a gravity mini boss. I'm trying to handle one mini boss at a time, hoping that they give me something good for all of my efforts. Okay, well, they all disappeared, or whatever happened to them. Oh, touch the gravity dude, touching the gravity dude because I want the upgrade. Let it be worth it. Doesn't look like it. Well, yeah, I'm gonna dissolve that because at this point, gaining 5% more experience is not super great. And that gives us... Just gonna dissolve that because I don't want any of that either. A shame, a shame. Let's hope Gravity Dude gives us something a little bit better. Oh, this is just a terrible wheel. It's +1 for everything. Well, so I'll take spikes. And now we have to do some damage to the actual boss of the level. Now that he's watched us kill his tiny deputies, we're going after the real deal. The general. His isn't too terrible to avoid, especially if you can actually clear the surrounding area, because it would definitely be a lot harder to deal with him if you were like swarmed by mobs as well, although dude has a lot of HP. And I'm not taking off nearly as much as I want to, as fast as I want to. But I think we'll eventually be able to wear him down. Maybe disappear a little bit to pick up some XP. he is taking his sweet, sweet time to die. But we got him over halfway. So he'll get there eventually. As long as I don't run into any more of his things. But if one of these guys that I'm murdering wanted to drop some health, that would not be too terrible of them. Ooh, this is a long and slow process. I'm unaware of how many stages are actually like in the game. But I can't imagine more than 4. Just because of like how tough 4 was. I can't imagine a stage 5. A stage 5 sounds absolutely terrifying. Zigrid is almost dead. I really hope that that dude who heals doesn't like AoE heal. Doesn't matter. His boss is dead. And we are going to get 75%. No. 45% attack speed, which is nothing to sneeze at. See if we can take down this mini boss as well as these other little dudes. Considering the level is just waiting for us to walk into it. Maybe we just stand here. Just wiggle a little bit. Oh my goodness, everybody has so much HP. So much. Oh no. We're not going to be able to do it unless... Oh, we have to touch the pink. Lol. We did it. It is going to be 10% AoE radius. All right. Suppose I'll take that, and let's just go ahead to stage 4. Truly, AoE is a very powerful build if you can actually manage to level up your AoE. But I think the true... Where'd everybody go? Okay, here we go. I think the true kick is that you definitely need a combination, but you got to make sure you can actually properly level them up. Notice that I'm not getting as many, like, additional levels to ones I've already picked up. And that's how come, like, especially with the splinters, like, the moment I saw the splinter upgrades, I was trying to grab them because we're going to take the spikes here. Because, like, where did all the items that I have upgrades for go? It just disappeared. Absolutely disappeared. The game wants to give me everything but something that I already have, therefore trying to keep my attack fairly weak. I definitely say the trick to this game is picking up the stuff you need early on and then upgrading it early on. Because it appears, at least for me, you do not get much of a chance near the end. There's so many bombs. So the last time I was here, a bunch of those like fast walking dudes just ran me down and was just like picking away my HP because of how fast they were. Like they were just constantly touching me. It was super great and fun. It's definitely taken some time though. I definitely see myself getting accidentally overrun just because it's taking a little bit too long to even kill the little tiny minions. Whee! And it's definitely getting to a point that it is hard to see. And did I run straight into that? I don't really know what happened there at the end. But we did a lot of damage and we killed a lot of things and we collected a lot of things. So yeah, next time. Bye bye.